Welcome, storytellers. This is in your channel, Mastering Storytelling. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I just want to talk to you about a few things on storytelling and why do I have this title there that says blank, our storytellers. Why? Because storytelling form of communication is the best way of communicating. It's in our DNA. It's part of us. It's the way we have been able to survive all this time, and it applies to any other profession. It could be a leader, negotiator, teacher, network marketers, anybody who wants to be able to communicate effectively can tell a story. But a story has a structure. You have to be well designed for it to actually make sense, because we tell stories all the time, but not everybody tell a good story. And if you can't tell a good story, then you can't communicate effectively. So what is the outcome that you're looking in every story? Whether you're a leader or a marketer, you're looking to network. You're trying to create an impression that lasts in people's mind, and they can say, you know what, I learned this and that from this person, and you get into the person's memory bank, and then you create this impression that lasts, and the person can refer back to you or say or repeat the story that you just said and say, hey, I learned this from this guy at this meeting. And then there's an emotional connection that it's been formed at the moment in time and space with you as well. Also, to communicate, sometimes we tend to talk in a language that only we understand, and then we expect others to understand it as well. This happens a lot with like engineers and or if you're a computer guy or if you're a doctor, then you tend to use that lingo. You tend to use all the technical words, right? And then that cannot communicate to everybody across the board. And you want your message to go as far as possible, and that can be repeated as well, because then that was the whole intention of storytelling. It's that people can repeat the story that you told, so everybody in the community or in a tribe could understand it, learn, and avoid being killed by some tiger or saber-toothed tiger or something like that, right? So that's been in our history. And then you have connection. Why? Because when you tell a story and the person, the listener, the one that you're interacting with, it's gonna walk the same path with you. It's gonna go through the same experiences. You see, the mind doesn't really know what's the difference between reality and the story. So if you tell the story, if it's well crafted and you depict the emotions that you're going through, you depict you're able to illustrate, to paint the picture, then the listener will trade places with you. He will feel the gap of being the character, the main character of the story. Therefore, he's able to experience all the emotions, and we learn by emotions. If the emotion is registered in our mind, then the experience is learned. So there are more outcomes, but these are the three main outcomes that you're looking for: to network, to communicate, and to create a connection. So when you want to craft your story, these are the questions that you have to have in mind. Who's your character? I mean, who is this person? Where is he coming from? What are the struggles that he has? What's the zone, the comfort zone in which he or she habitates, and now something is happening. There's a conflict. What's the conflict? It could be a physical conflict. It could be a moral conflict. I mean, a decision have to be made. Something get him from his comfort zone, take him into this journey of learning something of value. And then there's going to come the transformation. What the transformation is going to be. Is he going back to where he was, or he learned something and he transformed himself and then is able to impact somebody else's life? Just one of the main topics here that you have to have in mind when you're crafting your story, when you're designing the narrative of your story. And I use that word not lightly, because Every story has a narrative, but not every narrative is a story. So you got to be clear on that. And these are the three principal questions that you have to have in mind when you're crafting your story. And what's the advantage? The advantage is that you can go across the board. If you're effective in your story, then you can communicate to as many people as possible, and they will repeat your story. Therefore, in this world of marketing, online marketing that we are venturing now, because there's a lot of people that, because of what happened in 2020, are trying to cross over, stop being so analog and being digital, and trying to talk about the services and products that they have in this new media for them. It's not new, but it's a new media for a lot of people. I mean, how can you reach more people? Well, then storytelling allows you to do just that. It allows you to be able to talk to different people in different brackets, right? That your message is effective. So that's the little piece of knowledge that we have for you today. We'll continue to bring you more. We're gonna dig deep into this. Look into the description. There's also our Facebook community. There's also you can click there and get to our podcast as well. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up. Comment below. Let us know what you think, and if you can contribute with something of value to the rest of the people watching this video, please do so. Bring your knowledge, bring your experiences, and we are happy to serve.